Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stump back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving back into some PvP with the new worldwide anniversary exclusive S Snake unit. And this particular character it's very interesting because they actually boost they, I don't know, that she's a robot really. So, they actually boost two classes. So, fighter, shootout class teammates get defense at level 6, all attack of enemies goes down by level 7, and if you have 8 or more fighter or shooter characters on the team, all enemies speed down level 7 and CT reduction level 3. So what you can actually do with her is you can throw her on a shooter team, which is very, very strong at the moment. That team is just like skyrocketing. We have the new Caulifla that's coming out as well. Like, she could probably find a way on the team. Usopp Lilith is pretty crazy too. But with the addition of the fighter tag to her kit, it makes her very interesting with her particular rumble special. She targets 3 enemies with low current special CT for CT down level 5, damage over time level 5, and if 8 or more fighter or shooter characters on the team, targets 1 high attack enemy for 100% chance to confuse. Now, with the fighter team, it's kind of dog shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you compare the shooter team to the fighter team, it's like chalk and cheese, man. But there is a particular color or type that has a lot of fighter and shooter characters, and that is the strength team. Now, a lot of people have sort of reached out to me and said, yo, Stump, like, check out strength with this particular character, and I've definitely thought about it. It's definitely been in the back of my mind because of characters like Kuma, 6+, and his level limit break, the obviously GOAT that is the film Red Luffy, you have Kobe, you have stuff like a Akainu 6+, Kid, Raizo Shinobu, Jack is fantastic. You have a lot of very, very good strength fighter characters. So if you take a look at the strength fighter lineup and the strength shooter lineup, there's some pretty big boppers, man. There's some pretty good stuff. You have the Ace, the Exchange Ace character at level limit break 2 or 3, whatever it is. He's actually pretty good. As I mentioned, you got Jack at level limit break 5, fantastic character. You could even run STR Boa. Definitely a very fantastic unit that can go on the team. She does a lot of fun stuff too for strength. You have Ulti if you want to run fighter teams. Who's Who if you want some more damage on fighter teams. You have the PP rare recruit Sanji, who's great for stuff like Kobe. You then have, that's pretty much about it, to be honest. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, that's basically about it. Yeah, realistically, that's probably about it. Plus, obviously, the units that we have in the front line. You have King as well, Pyrophets Rare Recruit King. So this is pretty much the team we're going with for most of the fights. I did take on 2 of the Seraphim fights at level 150 PKA, but I did dive into the Weevil fight, which I thought would be a really good showcase for this particular team, and the absolute god tier that is the old school free-to-play Usopp in the middle there, who triggers Kobe, and he's very, very good. We'll talk about it once we get there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. With that said, let's dive in. Alright, so I thought I would like mix it up a little bit. Instead of doing the challenge fights, we take on the level 150 plus Seraphims over in PKA. Like, these teams are not like disgusting meta-based teams or anything like that, but it's a little bit different, man. Like, running the challenge fights, like, there are the big 4 really. You've got the Powerhouse Dex fight, you've got the Weevil Quick fight, the Strength Sentomaru fight, and then you've also got the Slasher fight, which is very, very strong. Obviously, you can dive into regular PvP too, but I'm not going to spam gems in regular PvP when it's not Championship. And honestly, even in Championship, lots of people just put up like fake teams, or the teams aren't like super meta defining anyway. So realistically, we just want to see how the team actually operates. So what I've done here is I've actually put Sanji on the team, put him on the bench for Kobe. Kobe needs one of the Straw Hat characters that isn't Luffy and other particular units to get like his cooldown reduction and stuff like that. Otherwise, you're not going to get the haste, you're not going to get the 30% reduction on his special. So I've thrown him on the bench. He's a fighter character too. And this whole team is either shooter or fighter. So that way you're getting the full buffs from the S-Snake passive and the S-Snake special. Her special, applying that confusion, can just absolutely nerf characters like S-Hawk. Obviously, you have to hit the right unit, and it's pretty RNG reliant. But at the same time, I do find that it does hit characters that you need to hit 99.9% of the time. So I haven't really had any difficulty with the special. Like the super special especially, like, works absolutely fantastically. But all of her nerfing, like the attack down and all that sort of stuff, is really, really fun. Getting the cooldown reduction and lowering the enemy's cooldown reduction is massive from stuff like Kobe alongside the cooldown reduction that she gives the enemy. So you're going a lot faster. As soon as like Luffy and Kuma go, basically the front line's dead. Like, the front line does not survive the onslaught that is Kobe and not Kobe, Kuma and Luffy. The other 3 units, like I said, S-Snake for that cooldown reduction of the enemy, Kobe for your cooldown reduction, and then Ace is sort of just here as just like a nice, chunky, bulky unit. You don't have to run Ace though. Like I said, you got Jack. Jack's a really, really good replacement. You could even run Boa, like I said, that shooter Boa character, the Strength Kazuna Legend. Very, very good option for you guys as well. Hell, you could even run like Raizo Shinobu in the front. You could even put like Akainu in the front, run Kid on the bench, and do some fun stuff there. So as I mentioned, you have a lot of options. I'm a big fan of running Ace though. Ace is really, really good. Definitely a very slept on unit. He just buffs the entire team. He's not buffing fighters, he's not buffing shooters, he's not buffing strikers. He's literally just buffing the entire team. You do want to run a Whitebeard or a Luffy with him, and obviously we're running the big dog that is strength, half Annie, Film Red Luffy, who just absolutely dominates meta. Now, hopefully you guys picked up a few copies of him from the Worldwide Celebration banners. Like, these are the best time to pick up these types of characters, because like, stereotypically, anniversary exclusive characters are like staples when it comes to like crazy PvP teams. Look at stuff like the New Year's batch. The New Year's batch, like most of the time, like you'll have like 1 or 2 of those characters that like are really good in Rumble. You look at stuff like the anniversary characters, they're usually pretty good in Rumble, but sometimes they can miss the mark. Last year, obviously, they did a very good job being the 10th anniversary, but anniversary characters, stereotypically, are just absolutely fantastic. Like, every single one of the last, like, I don't know, 3 anniversary batches, probably even 4 anniversary batches. Nah, maybe not 4, probably 3. Oh, no, even 4, probably dating all the way back to the Fearsome Foes, because Blackbeard was just so disgusting. Cross Guild was incredible. Big Mom and Katakuri, Kaito King are pretty good. Like, Big Mom and Katakuri are feral, but Kaito King's pretty good. Roger Religaban is exceptional. Odin Kim and Denjiro are great. Like, this, S Snake is fantastic. Lucci Kaku is a menace. Zorakaku's okay. They can definitely find a way onto the team, but they're probably one that you probably argue that's a bit of a miss. So, anniversary exclusive characters, they've definitely been very, very powerful. And besides PvP legends and PvP units, they sort of have seen the most use when it comes to PvP. Like, just take a look at like Strength Luffy, man. Like, he's an absolute demon. But S Snake over here in strength, she definitely can work. I am a bigger fan of just like the generic strength team. I think the generic strength team, like Sentamara and the waifu 6+ unit, like the 6-star unit at level in break 5, is just a little bit better than what S Snake's doing. They're providing a confusion tactic that hits multiple enemies, not just one enemy, 99% of the time. Obviously, the super special of S Snake is very strong, and if you do have her level 150, God forbid if anyone got her to level 150, if you do have her maxed out, like, she does provide a lot with that super special and that confusion. It's very, very valuable to have. But all in all, she just works great because she lowers enemy CD reduction. She lowers their attack as well, which is the big draw. And even lowering that defense is quite nice as well. On top of that, she actually gives you quite a bit of bulk, which is great, because then you can just run like those big boppers of Kuma and Luffy in the front. And with Kuma and Luffy, like I said, like, nothing is surviving a Kuma and Luffy onslaught, man. Like, it's absolute carnage when those two get together and pop their specials off back to back. Realistically, like, Luffy will just get you so low, if not just like team wipe, and then Kuma will just come in and clean up the scraps and even just like wipe the team himself as well. So we're gonna take on the some of the challenge fights now. Like I said, I am taking on the Dex Powerhouse fight just because I figured, like, we'll take on a challenge fight where we have the ultimate strength of type advantage, and then we'll take on one where we really struggle and we have type disadvantage. And that one was actually ridiculous, man. The Weevil fight is a sleeper for how powerful and how fast that team moves. It's definitely not the hardest. I think the Slasher challenge fight's the hardest, and then the strength, or vice versa. I know a lot of people like struggle with the strength fight. Slasher fight, you can get like pretty lucky, but most of the time you go in there with like real units, and like that Slasher team will catch you. Like, that Roger Religaban special is no joke, bro. But as you can see there, Luffy went, Kuma went. Even the bulky, tanking destructiveness that is the Dex Powerhouse team just like couldn't measure up to all of that attack. It's just feral, man. Absolutely feral. So the team works great. If you guys have any other ideas of what to run, you could probably run something like Usopp Lilith as well. Most of the team in the front is shooter. Luffy's not, which is kind of a bummer. Not that Luffy's not a shooter's a bummer, but the fact that like Usopp Lilith won't really buff them. Usopp Lilith is such a disgusting character in PvP. I actually just cannot wait till they're just back on a regular banner and I pick them up, because like that unit's going to be nuts. Especially level in Rec 5. Being a regular legend is a lot easier to do. So just through lore of big numbers and lots of summoning, like eventually you'll have that unit maxed out before you have a character like S Snake who's on exclusive banners. Alright, so Kobe's going to go. Kobe should basically just wrap this up. Thanks to the cooldown reduction. Kobe's just so fantastic. Level 3 cooldown reduction to fighter characters, and then obviously the 30% reduction he gives with his special. Just means that you can do stuff like that a lot faster and more times throughout the fight. Alright, and then the last part of the video, I had to try this. I had to try and include this in the video, because like this is a position where strength is always going to struggle. Strength is always going to struggle against Quick, especially nowadays with just the amount of strength nerfing characters that Quick have. Even like the Sobma 6+ that's about to come out, he's doing like a disgusting amount of strength nerfing too. But what I've done for this particular lineup is I've brought in the OG GOAT that is the Stampede Usopp free-to-play character. Now, a lot of people probably don't know who this character is. If you're a way back Rumble Scratch fan, you'll know about this character, man, and the tactics we used to use for defensive teams with him and then Strength Kid on the bench. Basically, what he's there to do is he's there to die. So he comes in, he gives you level 5 CD reduction to the entire team. He's an Usopp, so he's triggering the passive of Kobe, and literally he's just going to die and allow something like Raizo Shinobu to come in. Now, Raizo Shinobu is a shooter booster, so obviously Kobe and Luffy aren't getting all the buffs. However, when Raizo and Shinobu take damage, they give a defensive buff to the entire team. So you can still get some value with Raizo Shinobu when they are in that middle slot, because Usopp stereotypically dies very quickly. He has no limit break. He is going to die fairly fast. It allows Raizo Shinobu to get in that middle slot and tank shots like that from Akainu, so that way you can give some defensive buffs. The fact that S-Snake just hung on there is absolutely clutch. Like, that is absolutely massive to get that super special off. And now we can get Luffy going, and Luffy should, obviously with type disadvantage it's a bit harder, but he should be able to basically team wipe, which is what we need the man to do. Unfortunately, Kuma went straight after him, which sucks, because if the enemy's team came in and then Kuma hit more units, this run would have been way more fluent. However, we just basically have had perfect RNG in the sense that S-Snake basically was just able to survive, got the super special off. Kobe can go. Unfortunately, we didn't get any haste with Kobe there, so like there's the RNG sort of biting to the backside. But S-Snake did manage to climb to the front, get the confusion off on Luffy. And that's what I was saying earlier, like 99% of the time, I do find that confusion just hits the right unit, and it sort of just works out. The blowback that Kuma has helps out so much and allows your characters to kind of jump up the queue, and allows you to just keep attacking, putting the pressure on the enemy, and allowing you to do some disgusting things like take down quick with a very wonky strength fighter shooter team. But that's going to wrap up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, but like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.